Good morning, this is Dan with Paying It Forward. We are out on a trike ride today. And today we're going to talk about what it means being a Christian every day. Not just on Sunday when you go to church. That's where it starts. So today we're going to dive into some details of the importance of everyday Christian living and how to avoid the entrapment of the devil, or the enemy, you may call him, from making your important decisions, your everyday decisions, and how to try to live a godly life every single day. And guys, as you well know, life comes with struggles. We go through pain. We go through sickness. We go through persecution, first and foremost, especially in today's world. Just every day's life and struggles is enough. And that's why the Bible talks about not to worry about today's troubles, and to put all your troubles into His hands. And to share the gospel every day when you're out. And God will give you what I call God appointments every single day. If you ask Him to send you, He will. There is things that's happened to me in the last couple years that I really can't explain it. Sometimes when you're put into a situation, you don't know what the reason is, but you know there's a purpose there, and that's to share the gospel. And every day I try to glorify God for everything in my life. As I wake up every morning, I thank Him for another day. I certainly try to read the Word every single day. It may only be spending 10-15 minutes with Him in the Bible, but I learn something every day. I have probably been through my Bible at least 5 to 10 times. The entire Bible. And it teaches me something new every day with Scripture. Forgot to turn on my watch here. So yeah, there's going to be daily struggles every day. There's no doubt about that. But you can't life get you down and hold you there. Because that is what the enemy wants. He wants you to always be fearful. He wants you not to believe anything that's good. And he's very deceitful. I was listening to a message in church yesterday that really resonated with me when it talked about having demons in your life. And some people that, they'll read different things, and they go down that wrong path, and that gives the enemy a wide open opportunity to be in your life. So I think every day, once a week maybe, you go to every room and you bless that room in Jesus' name. And that's to keep the enemy out every day. Or once a week. He'll still be out every day. And certainly you want to share God's love in a practical way every single day. I'm riding a trike today, as I mentioned. It's a motorized trike. Battery operated, shall we say. But as I'm out riding on the trail, I get to share the gospel And I've run into some unique situations in the last couple years that really opened my eyes what God is showing me in life. I can share a story with you that I went downtown the other day, and my normal ride, I go downtown. I never know when I'm going to have an opportunity to share the gospel. But this particular day, it happened in a very profound way. I met a gentleman that lost a leg. I can't remember exactly what happened, but he had his leg, he was an amputee, it was cut up above his knee, and I seen him in a wheelchair downtown. And I just wanted to go up to him and meet him and just have conversation. I call them God appointments because that's really what they are. So as I am talking to this gentleman, he was telling me his life story, and if you guys would like to see that, I will put a link to that video. Matter of fact, I may go ahead and link that video to this video so you guys can see his testimony and see what he's been through. He has been through some life struggles. Where right now he's homeless. He's living in a homeless shelter. It's not about drugs. I can just tell talking to the guy. And again, the enemy can be deceitful. He could bring that person in front of you that's all they're looking for. But the way the thing wound up, I had an extra electric trike that I had sitting around, and I gifted that trike to him so he could get around town. Somebody stole his mobility scooter. They stole everything he had. He had this beat up wheelchair that he was in, and I know it was beat up because I tried to get it to roll and the brakes were still hanging up when they were released. So I knew right then that this was an opportunity for me to pay it forward. So the next day I met him close to where I live, but not in my house, of course. And I was able to gift that to him. Charger, the trike had less than 100 miles on it. But I was able to help this guy get around town where he don't have to use the bus anymore. And he can just get around town and do grocery shopping, whatever he needed to do. So, and I give God the glory for that. I don't take the glory for that. He gets the glory because he put me in this guy's path. So that was all very interesting how that worked out. But he had one of those prepaid phones, and I took his number and everything, and I hooked up with him the next day and gave him the trike. But as I went through the day, I just wanted to check back with him and see how he liked his trike, because he thanked me so many times. The man is actually, in the video I recorded, he's actually crying because he just did not realize there were people out there that could help him. So again, God put him there that day for me to have that encounter. It's a God encounter. So as I'm trying to text him back and call him, I couldn't get through to him. I've left text messages with him, and this is 2 or 3 days later now, and I have not heard a word from him. That doesn't really bother me, because once I gift something to somebody, it's no longer mine. So I'm wondering now, was that an angel that God put in front of me? Possibly. Maybe it wasn't a he. I don't know. It looked like a he to me. Acted like a he to me. Talked about his ex-wife and everything. But that's not for me to figure out. My job as a Christian, again, is to show God's love in a practical way every single day. Rather it be able to gift somebody something, give him a meal, whatever all that means. And you get all your naysayers out there that says, oh yeah, he's just going to use that money for drugs, or he's going to use it for alcohol or whatever. It doesn't matter, guys. Once you gift that and give it away, you've lost ownership of it. God knows your heart. He knows what your heart is. So that was one encounter. So I hope he does contact me back. See how he likes his trike. But if I never hear from him, so be it. I had another encounter about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now, where I was headed to a point that I usually go, which is 15 miles from home. And as I got there, this is a halfway point, and there was a gentleman up there. And as I was riding, let me back the story up a little bit. As I was riding up there, I prayed to God to show me what I need to know about homosexuality, because I was struggling with that. You know, the whole Sodom and Gomorrah story, and God hates that sin and all that. And so I prayed one day as I'm riding up there to show me what you want me to know about this. Send me, as I call it. So as I get up my halfway point, there's a guy sitting there, and he asked me if I'd take him to McDonald's to get some food. Well, I was going to do that. He didn't ask for money. He just said, can I have you take me up so I can get something to eat? And I was going to do that. But we never quite got that far. As we are, get these cars get through so I can get across the intersection. But as we're talking about this, and I asked him, I knew something was troubling with him, so I asked him what it was. And the man just started crying in front of me. This guy was in his 30s, early 40s maybe. And he told me that he just lost his husband to fentanyl about a year ago. And right then, the Spirit told me that it wasn't about the sin, it's about him. That I need to love him right where he was. And that totally changed how I felt about another human being. And I've been a Christian for many, many years, but that God appointment showed me, again, you can hate the sin, but you don't hate the person. You got to love that person right where they're at, just as you love yourself. So, you know, there are a couple of appointments that I ran into, or God appointments that I encountered that really changed how I felt about people. Now, as a human being and as a Christian, I believe everything sometimes, and maybe I shouldn't. I should use some discernment like the Bible talks about. But you know, giving away things, it's just stuff. Period. It's all it is. You're not taking a dime with you, and you're not taking anything else with you when you leave this earth. The main thing you do need to know is to know Jesus. He died on that cross for not only my sin, the world's sins. And I can tell you guys, from being a ex-alcoholic, I pulled myself out of that. I'm an ex-smoker now. But if I didn't have God in my life, I couldn't have overcome them things. So yeah, there's a couple of little stories that I was able to witness to and give the opportunity to help somebody right where they were at. So yeah, when you get down and out and you think that God's not there, and where was he at when this happened, and the whole Charlie Kirk thing, where was he at? You know, that's not for us to figure out. God used Charlie Kirk for a reason. And he uses everybody else for a reason sometimes. Sometimes we don't understand what that reason is at that particular point. Why you're struggling going through addictions. Why you're struggling going through different things in your life. But if you lay all that down at Jesus' feet, he will get you through it. If you get you to it, he'll get you through it. Just remember that. Morning. On your right. Thank you. But guys, sometimes we're just too quick to judge. And there's a reason that the secular world really get upset when Christians act out of hand, and they just, they don't live the life. Guys, when you're in the flesh, you're gonna have sin issues. As long as you're in the flesh, you will sin. Not knowingly, willingly, but it'll happen. Unfortunately, you have to deal with that every day, and you have to make a choice at that point. If you want to do something, if you're leading the right direction, you're going the right direction. But guys, I can tell you in my life, since I've been a Christian, I've been so much happier as a person. I've been married 53 years. I got a very strong marriage because we put God in the center of our marriage. Believe it or not, I love God more than I love my wife. It's going to surprise a few of you, but I do. So, some days I just like to share my gospel, and I don't want to make it really long. But these are just a couple encounters that I go through, that I've gone through, and I'll go through many more, I'm sure. But if you guys got any stories like that, put them down in the comment section for me, so other people can see that. You might be able to help somebody that's struggling with an addiction. Rather it be lustfulness, the love of money. You may be struggling with alcoholism, drug addiction, gambling addiction. There are so many addictions out there. So yeah, get on your knees every morning, and I try to do that every day when I read my Bible. Get on my knees and thank God for everything He's done, and to send me wherever that I need to be at the moment in time I need to be there. Your day will start a lot better. I think your life will probably go smoother. And if there's anything you want me to know that you would like to know about the Bible, put them down in the comment section. I'll see if I can help you. So yeah, that's my story, and I just wanted to kind of share that with you. That, just put God first in your life. And I try to do that every day. So yeah, share, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys on the next adventure I get to help somebody in need. Have a great day, guys.